How would you feel if I told you that there's a very strong chance that your favorite artist does not own their own music? Today we're going to talk about Taylor Swift and how she does not own the first 6 studio albums even though it's entirely her work. We're going to talk about how the music industry let her down and how she essentially is taking matters into her own hands. This all starts back in 2005 with a recording label named Big Machine Records, which is Taylor Swift's first recording label that she signed with. At the time, the contract that she signed, she did something that no one really knew the consequences of because it was not exactly talked about back then, and that's signing the rights to her master recordings away. Now, according to Amuse.com, a master recording is a recording of the original song. So when you listen to an album or listen to or stream music on Spotify, the master recording is the song itself, which she does not own, unfortunately. Although one thing she did do right was keep her synchronization rights in her contract, and according to Amuse.com, a synchronization right gives the artist mobility to release a song in other formats, which goes as covers or music videos. So they're able to do that, which means essentially Taylor can record covers of her own songs legally. So in 2018, Taylor Swift decided to cut ties with Big Machine Records. She wasn't going to renew her contract. Instead, she signed a new contract with UMG Recordings. She put her trust in Big Machine Records to keep her songs safe since she did not technically own them. And unfortunately, that faith was misplaced because Big Machine Records sold the master recordings. And they sold them to a man named Scooter Braun, who is a big name in the music industry, but not for the right reasons. He produces music for artists like Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande, and these were purchased back in 2019. He bought them for $300 million, and Taylor was not even given the opportunity or the chance to buy her original recordings. It was not discussed about, not talked about. She wasn't even given the chance, even though she did want to own her own master recordings. This is very unfortunate because on November 16th of 2020, Scooter Braun actually sold Taylor Swift's master recordings to another company called Shamrocks Holdings. And he also sold these for $300 million and profited $140 million from that. Taylor was once again not given the chance or the opportunity to buy back her own songs, which needs to stop because if a creative artist puts something out there, legally, they should be able to own it and they should be able to profit from it, where Scooter Braun is still profiting from all of Taylor's first 6 albums. Everything from that he is profiting from, which is insane to me. And because of the contract that she signed with Big Machine Records, Taylor Swift was actually able to legally re-record her first 5 albums starting in November of 2020. Now, this includes Taylor Swift, her debut album, Fearless, Speak Now, Red, and 1989. Now, her 6th studio album, Reputation, was not able to legally be re-recorded until November of 2022. As about a week ago, she's now able to legally re-record it, which is very exciting. And she said she was going to re-record her albums, and she has. She's also released a couple of them. In the summer of 2021, she released her first re-recorded album, which was Fearless, Taylor's version. Taylor's version means that it is her own recording. She's the one that released it. She gets all the proceeds and all the profits. It's amazing. Following in November of 2021, she followed up with Fearless with Red, Taylor's version. It's been about a year since Taylor has released any re-recordings, aside from a single called Wildest Dreams, which is Taylor's version, because that came out in a TV show, actually. But in October of 2022, she did release her 10th studio album, which was called Midnights, and it is entirely her work. She owns all of it, proceeds from all of it, which is amazing. Now, between the time that she lost her masters until now, she has released other albums through UMG Recordings, which are Lover, Folklore, and Evermore. And excitingly enough, she has also announced that she's going on tour, and it is going to be called the Eras Tour, which entirely revolves around all of her albums. So the re-recordings play a really big part of this because she's not going to be able to perform her original songs since she doesn't own the masters to them. She can't perform those on her tour. So she's releasing all these re-recordings so she can legally perform them. So nothing has stopped her ever. She's very driven and very headstrong, and she's definitely coming out on the better side of this, legally especially. And even though she doesn't own the master rights to her own music, it's not going to stop or slow her down. Once all of these re-recordings are finished, she's going to have over 100 songs that are re-recorded. So, in the words of Taylor Swift, karma is a relaxing thought.